Good, lovely. So, yeah, James, just say it one more time for me. As long as it's red and full of alcohol. One more time, just say that for me. À condition que ce soit rouge et plein d'alcool. Plein d'alcool. Off you go.
À condition que ce soit rouge et plein d'alcool.
Good. Jenna's go. Jenna's go. Unfortunately, the waiter didn't try to pick me up. The verb is draguer, draguer. But he fancied Derek. Derek is Claire's other half. So say for me, unfortunately, the waiter didn't try to pick me up, but he fancied Derek. Jenna.
Malheureusement, le garçon ne m'a...
Didn't try to pick me up. Didn't try to pick me up.
Malheureusement, le garçon n'avait pas fait d'effort de me...
Stop. Look at Auntie Lukey. What's the verb to try? What's the verb to try?
Essayer.
Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you more vowels. I can't hear you.
Essayer.
That's it. That's it. We don't need to open our mouth. We just need to push more on the diaphragm. Essayer. If I asked you to do that in a didn't try, make that an action didn't try.
Malheureusement, le garçon n'essayait pas.
Didn't. Look at me. Very, very rookie error. What does an action have in the past? An action in the past has an...
auxiliary.
Thank you. So didn't try.
Malheureusement, le garçon n'est pas essayé.
No. Say for me, he has eaten. Just say for me, he has eaten.
Oh, il avait mangé. Il a...
And again, he has eaten.
Il a eu mangé? No, il a mangé. Oh my God. Okay, il a mangé?
Put your hand up if you're involved in any way professionally in teaching French to young people. There are jobs going at fry stations and McDonald's across the land. Do not worry. You will suit a grey hairnet. Say for me, he has eaten. Say for me, he has eaten. Basic 1, 2, 3.
Well, il a mangé.
Yeah. And again, say it again.
Il a mangé.
Good. The basic, remember, look at Auntie Lukey's word order. Present, was, will, would, subjunctive infinitive, present in the middle, was in the middle. A basic bitch is present in the middle in the past. Say for me, he has eaten. What time he's eaten? Il a mangé.
Il a mangé.
Now say for me, he has tried.
Il a essayé.
Now say he didn't try. Negative.
Il n'a pas essayé.
Good job, you. When you hear the word didn't, all it tells me is it's negative and in the past. That could be negative imperfect. That could be negative passé composé. It could be fucking both. You have to make the decision. He didn't go to church regularly. Il n'allait pas à l'église. Last night, he didn't go to church. Il n'est pas allé. So when you hear a didn't, think whether you are on about a single finished action. I didn't order the wine, says Claire. That's a stupid sentence. Of course you would. But if it was like I ordered, would Claire as a single action go j'ai commandé or je commandé? As a single action, she would say j'ai commandé. Therefore, if she said I didn't order, it's a negative version of a single finished action. Therefore, je n'ai pas commandé. If it were when I was at university, I ordered lots of, I don't know, whatever she used to drink in those days, 2020, meth, I don't know, so je commandais. I didn't order in those days. We just used to nick it from shops, Luke. Je commandais pas. Whatever. So didn't can go in either one of those two tenses. But on this occasion, I didn't try. No, the waiter didn't try to pick me up. And the verb to pick someone up is draguer. So have another go. So the waiter didn't try to pick me up.
Le garçon n'a pas essayé de me draguer.
Gorgeous work. Go again, soften it through. Go again, soften.
Le garçon n'a pas...
essayé de me draguer.
Le garçon n'a pas essayé de me draguer.
Go again smoothly all the way through, no cheeky pauses. Malheureusement, le garçon n'a pas essayé de me draguer.
Le garçon n'a pas essayé de me draguer.
Good. He fancied Derek, which I know is more of a British turn of phrase. What's the verb when someone finds someone hot in French? What verb are we going to use, Jenna? Plaire. We use plaire. Yeah, we use plaire.
Okay.
Can I remind you, can I remind you, you can use plaire with people, with objects all the time. I like the cake. J'aime le gâteau me plaît. Other languages use this as their go-to version of like. Maybe other languages, that's their go-to version of liking something. This shit pleases me. You can completely do that in French. Ça me plaît. Ça me plaisait. Ça me plaira. Ça me plairait. You know, I like the flowers. Les fleurs m'ont plu. You can completely use plaire with objects. If, however, you use it with human beings, it means you find that person hot. It doesn't anything on purpose, like they're actively trying to please you physically or visually. You can find someone hot you've never met. You can watch a film that girl's, you know, hot as fuck. It doesn't mean they're doing anything knowingly to try and make you feel that. The verb is play with the person who is pleasing someone, and it is indirect. It is indirect. So if we say the waiter said Derek, who is starting the verb, Jenna?
It'd be Derek. Derek.
Spot on. It'd be Derek. Lovely. What tense are we going to go with? And we could arguably go with two. What tense do you want to go with if we're saying the waiter fancied Derek or found Derek hot? Do you want to go with an action, like throughout the night on one occasion? Or do you want to go with like a, you know, whilst that thing did Derek? Both would be acceptable, but which one do you want to use?
Oh, I think I'll use the plus que parfait.
I didn't fucking give you that as an option.
Okay. I would say there was throughout the night with not end.
Plus que parfait, Jenna, is the had in the middle tense. That was not one of my options. I gave you the choice of le passé composé or l'imparfait, but Lukey doesn't call them that because fools don't remember tense names. Don't call them tense names. Do you want the action or do you want the ongoing thing? What do you want?
Ongoing thing.
Lovely, which is my imperfect if you wanted to know the name of it, right? But we don't need to care. I don't care about names, and nor should you, and nor should your kids. It's not what you need, right? So what is plaire in the was tense?
Plaisir.
Spot on. And did I tell you it was direct or indirect?
Indirect.
Sorry about my noisy laptop. So what preposition needs to come after it?
Wow.
Plaisir.
Ah.
It's indirect. And again, one more time.
Ah. Plaisir. Ah.
So Derek plaisir au serveur. Don't say garçon, say serveur. Say for me, Derek plaisir au serveur.
Derek plaisir au serveur.
Ou Derek a plu au serveur. Derek a plu au serveur. Try the passé composé.
Derek a plu au serveur.
Good. Let's pick a token person from pop culture. Pick a name. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, I don't give a shit. Say for me, I fancy that person. You pick some person that you find hot. Say for me, I fancy that person. How are you going to say it?
George Clooney me plaît.
Well done. Now, when you use me plaît, that's absolutely fine. But notice you don't need to know whether it's direct or indirect. Lovely. Now, say for me, you fancy George Clooney. Imagine you're talking to somebody else. I'm just going to move the laptop. Say for me, you fancy George Clooney, but you're talking to somebody else. How do you say you fancy George Clooney?
George Clooney te plaît.
Well done. He or she fancies George Clooney. He or she fancies George Clooney.
George Clooney lui plaît.
Good. Indirect. Well done. Good job. We fancy George Clooney.
George Clooney nous plaît.
Good. how would you do we fancy, let's say you just watched Ocean's 11, the remake, not the Frank Sinatra one. And how would you say we fancy George Clooney and Brad Pitt? Let's say that you were watching both of them. So let's say we fancy George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Who's doing the verb now, Jenna?
Il.
But we're using names, aren't we?
OK, George Clooney et Brad Pitt.
Nous.
Oh, sorry. Nous plaise.
That's it. Well done. We need to change the verb at the end. Lovely. Final one for me. They fancy. Who else is in that movie? Julia Roberts. They fancy Julia Roberts. They fancy Julia Roberts.
OK. Julia Robert. Sorry. Julia Robert.
Look at Lukey, look at Lukey, look at Lukey. You've just done Louis a moment ago. So what's going to be, and this is indirect. It's indirect. So how are you going to say they fancy Julia Roberts? Julia Roberts. What's the indirect for the plural? No, you've just said Louis a moment ago. What's the plural version of Louis?
I don't know. I guess it's Louis. I'll go with that. I really don't know.
No. Stop, calm, think. What's the pronoun that is going to give me the plural indirect? Not Louis, but I speak to them. Je blank parle. What's the plural indirect pronoun? Je.
Leur.
Thank you. See, you do know it. So say for me, they fancy Julia Roberts.
Julia Robert, leur plaît. No.
That's it. That's it. Yes, because it's just one Julia Roberts. Okay, even though it's got the S on the end of the name, it's a single fucking bitch. Okay, so Julia Roberts, love play. Lovely. What other verb works this way round, people? To miss somebody. I miss Julia Roberts. Yeah, we used to fucking hang out. Me and homegirl, we were like this. She's now fucked off. She stole someone's husband and whatever, we don't see now. So I miss Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts me manque. I miss them. Yeah. Il me manque. It's another verb that works that way round, all right? Good. So, James, say for me, weird people fancy Luke. Only weird people. Weird people fancy Luke. How's that, James? Weird people fancy Luke. Who's starting the verb, James?
Les personnes bizarres.
No. Do you listen?
No.
Who's starting the verb when we use player?
Luke.
Thank you. The person doing the pleasing. Off you go. James, look at Auntie Luke. What verb are we playing with?
Plaire.
What is, and if Luke is doing the verb, how am I going to conjugate that?
Can be play.
Thank you. And did I tell you it's direct or indirect?
Indirect.
Off you go.
Luke se play.
Stand still.
No.
So is reflexive.
Sorry.
When a verb is indirect.
Le.
But we're not using le, are we? Are we saying, say for me, I speak to Claire. Just say for me, I speak to Claire.
Je parle à Claire.
Great. Is that direct or indirect?
That is indirect.
Great. How do you know which preposition is there?
Because à.
Great. How do you say I speak to her? I speak to her.
Je lui parle.
Good. So both of those expressions are identical because it's indirect. Why did you choose to say an a when I said I speak to Claire? Because Claire is a... What is Claire? Is she A, a lawyer, B, a tap dancer, or C, a name?
A name.
Thank you. So if something is indirect, if you're using the verb with a name, you don't get to use lui and le, do you? You've got to use a plus the name. So if it's weird people fancy Luke, Luke play to the weird people. How do you say to the weird people?
à des personnes bizarres.
Lovely. Luc plaît des personnes bizarres. That's how it would work. Direct will only use lui and le if it's got a pronoun. If you've got a name, you don't have a pronoun. Claire, will you please say, I miss Derek when he is in his other house. Well, he's got about 19 other houses, hasn't he? But like, let's go with the one on the Isle of Wight. So say for me, I miss Derek when he's in his other house.
Derek me manque quand il est chez son autre maison.
À son autre maison.
À son autre maison.
Well done for using chez, but it would be chez lui. But if it's like another house, you can't use chez with another adjective. Good. Janet, could you say for me, I'm going to miss Luke. He's clearly not long for this world with this fucking lung thing. Oh, bless. Say for me, I'm going to miss Luke. I'm going to miss Luke.
Luc va me manquer.
Well done. Janet, could you say for me, I would have missed Luke if I'd not done this evening's class. I would have missed Luke if I'd not done this evening's class.
Luc m'aura manqué.
Luke more what? Luke more what? Tense. Luke more.
Luc m'aurait manqué si je n'ai pas fait le cours de ce soir.
I'm going to bring in an expert who's done a lot. I would have missed Luke if I hadn't done this evening's class is what kind of hypothetical?
I don't know.
No, Claire. I'm bringing an expert. You've not.
Okay, sorry.
What did you say, Claire?
Sorry, I think you cut out for a bit there. Sorry, I'm.
Oh, sorry, Claire. What kind of hypothetical is I would have missed Luke? I would have missed Luke if I'd not done this evening's class. What kind of hypothetical is that?
The past conditional.
Yes, the past
The past hypothetical.
That's it. How do we know it's the past hypothetical and not the present hypothetical? I would have missed Luke if I'd not done this evening's class. How do you know it's the past hypothetical?
Because it can no longer happen.
It can no longer happen. Perfect explanation. If you are talking hypothetically about some shit that cannot be changed, then you are in the past hypothetical. If Brenda says, I would have preferred they got me my old assistant, but whatever, man, fine. Yeah, we can't change that shit. She's been working with some fool for a week. You know, whatever. So if it's present hypothetical, then it can still be changed. If they asked me, says Brenda, I would ask for David as an assistant, yeah, rather than this lazy whatever that they brought on set. So if it's the past hypothetical, Janet, it's going to have two rules. It's going to have was and would on the auxiliary. Yeah, and if it's the present hypothetical, it's going to have was and would just on the only verb. Yeah, with no auxiliaries. So have another go. So it's going to have was and would on the auxiliary. So have another go, Janet. So I would have missed Luke if I'd not done this evening's class.
Luc m'aurait manqué.
Pause, good, lovely. So you've just done one. And what tense did you stick in the auxiliary? What tense did you stick in the auxiliary there when you said Luc m'aurait manqué?
What tense?
What tense was the auxiliary when you said Luc m'aurait manqué? What tense was the auxiliary?
The would.
Good. So what tense have I got left for my next auxiliary?
The was.
If I hadn't done, which is genus plus que parfait, but not that we need to call it that, if I hadn't done this evening's class.
Si je n'avais pas fait le cours.
Si je n'avais pas
fait le cours.
Good. Lovely. Jenny, you'll go. The guy I used to fancy when I was at school is now in prison. The guy I used to fancy when I was at school is now in prison.
Le mec qui...
Good, pause, don't move. Correct, we've started with the guy. we've now also used a relative pronoun, and he's the one doing the verb, so qui is the perfect choice. Le mec qui. This guy is involved. This guy's involved. There's nothing tethering. There's nothing tethering you, Janet. There's nothing tethering you, Jenna, to this guy you went out with at high school. There's nothing tethering you, apart from an unwanted teenage pregnancy, you know, and a few hickeys. There's nothing tethering you to this guy at high school in this sentence. Le mec qui. I now need something that's going to basically bring that in. Yeah, in English, it's the guy I used to fancy. So it's all about you. But I've now got le mec qui. There's no connection to you up until now. So how are you going to connect this sentence to you? So the guy I used to fancy. So le mec qui.
I'll take a me.
Good. And now what tense is used to is going to be my was tense, isn't it? So again, what tense is fair? What tense is player in the was tense? What tense is player? Oh, sorry, shut up, Luke. What is the conjugation of player in the was tense?
Plus.
No, in the was tense.
Oh, well.
Look at Auntie Lukey. If we panic, look, shh, if we panic, I like panic. If we panic about a verb in the was tense, all we need to do is go to the present tense of which person, to the present tense of we, don't we? Yeah? What's we, please? So je plais, tu plais, il plaît, nous plaît.
Plaisant.
Thank you. Now take him, Game of Thrones his balls off, take the en off the end of plaisant. What sound do I have left?
Plaise.
And now stick on the a sound for the was tense. So what's that going to give me? Le mec qui me plaît.
Qui me plaisait.
That's it. So le mec qui me plaisait quand j'étais, whatever, au lycée, au collège, est en prison. Fine. Lovely. Just say that for me. Le mec qui me plaisait quand j'étais. Just say for me. Le mec qui me plaisait quand j'étais à l'école.
Le mec qui me plaisait quand j'étais à l'école.
Good. Now, remember. Those are the slang words for like in the you know, on tôle, like in the slam or whatever. Tôle means corrugated iron. Tôle, on tôle. That's the most common slang word. Notice people. Okay, the person starting the sentence is the one using plaire. Next little bit with the verb plaire. Janet, say for me. No, Claire. Sorry. I like dancing using aimer, which might seem incredibly basic, bitch. Could you say for me, I like dancing using aimer?
J'aime danser.
Gorgeous. Say for me, I like dancing using plaire.
La danse me plaît.
No, that's a clever little bit of stuff. That's what I was about to come to. So that's one method. So the first method is to find a noun that represents your hobby. La danse me plaît. L'équitation, horse riding, me plaît. Claire and I are the same person. L'équitation me plaît. Whatever. Le français me plaît. But if I'm using the noun form of a verb, notice how the noun form of a verb is often just the fucking infinitive. I love speaking in French. Parler en français me plaît. You can literally use the infinitive as a noun form of a verb. Or you can do this. Ça me plaît beaucoup de parler en français. Parler en français, beat, pause, ça me plaît. Yeah? You could, in theory, say parler en français me plaît, but it's just more common to use the other two. So how would you say I like drinking red wine with Luke on a Saturday. I like drinking red wine with Luke on a Saturday. How are you going to say that? Any way you want, Claire.
J'aime boire du vin.
Yeah, apologies. With Claire. Claire with
Okay.
Claire with Claire.
Boire du vin rouge.
Well
me
done,
plaît.
it's du vin, because despite our best efforts, it's not all wine. It's not all wine. Yeah, we won't touch James's wine. Off you go. So say for me, boire du
Boire du vin rouge me plaît.
Good. Ou boire du vin rouge avec Luc, ça me plaît. Ou ça me plaît de boire du vin rouge avec Luc. Good, 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 good. James, you'll go. Luke, I like certain wines. I like certain wines. Using MA for the moment. Using MA. I like certain wines.
Okay. MA.
No, I like, Jamesy. Come on. I like.
Certain vin.
No, Luke. Listen to Lukey. Using MA, which means you start with the MA matches the English format, doesn't it? MA matches the English format. Off you go. James, say for Lukey, I say for Lukey, I eat. Just say I eat.
Je mange.
Now say I like.
J'aime.
Thank you. I like certain wines.
J'aime certain vin.
Good. Now say I like certain wines using plaire. When we use plaire, who's going to go first? I or the wines?
The wines.
Good. Is that singular or plural?
Plural.
Great. And what's the plural of the word play? We heard it from Jenna a moment ago with Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Plaise.
Thank you. Good lad. So say to me, I like certain wines. Certains vins.
Certains vins me plaisent.
Good. Say to me, I like certain wines a lot. Add beaucoup where it needs to go.
Certains vins beaucoup me
No,
plaisent.
I said to you, add beaucoup where it needs to go, not in some random fucking shithole.
Me plaisent beaucoup. Certains vins me plaisent beaucoup.
Imagine you went out last night. What was the past participle of the verb plaire that we heard a moment ago?
Mat.
No, that's the auxiliary, but it should be mat or mon. It depends whether it's singular or plural. What was the past word? Certains vins m'ont plu. What was the past word? M'ont plu. Thank you. So say for me, certain wines please me, past tense.
Certains vins
Plural auxiliary. They have. So certains vins m'ont.
Certains vins.
James, certain wines is like a they, so the word in the middle needs to be a they form of have, not a he form of have. Certains vins, what's the word for have in the middle?
Oh fuck, why am I forgetting this?
I don't know, quite frankly, I don't know. Say for me, he has eaten. Say he has eaten.
Il a mangé.
Say for me, they have eaten.
Ils ont mangé.
So what's the fucking auxiliary from the verb to have?
Ont.
Thank you. Certain wines have pleased me. Off you go. Certains vins.
Certains vins m'ont plaisent.
You've just fucking given me the past participle.
M'ont plu.
And again.
Certains vins m'ont plu.
And again.
Certains vins m'ont plu.
Pop the beaucoup in this. Look at Lukey. The beaucoup is an adverb. That's all you need to know. Certain wines have pleased me. I like certain wines. Certains vins.
Certains vins m'ont plu beaucoup. M'ont beaucoup plu.
Good, because adverbs go after verb number.
Yeah.
No, don't say yeah. You had your chance, you fucked up. Adverbs go after verb number
1.
Thank you. I forget certains vins m'ont beaucoup plu.
Certains vins m'ont beaucoup plu.
Janet, would you do a top 6, bottom 6, please? With I like certain wines. I like certain wines. No, sorry, Janet, I apologise. I like certain wines a lot. I like certain wines a lot. Can you do me a top 6, bottom 6, fast as you can?
J'aime beaucoup certains vins.
Using plaire, like James has just done, but using that, yeah.
Certains vins me beaucoup plaît.
Go again. Present tense. What's the they form of plaire?
Oh, we're going. Okay, certains vins. M'ont beaucoup.
No. Our top 6, bottom 6. Why have we got an auxiliary? What tense do we go to first, Janet?
The present.
Lovely. Is there an R in the present?
No.
What's the they form of plaire?
Plaise.
Off you go. Where does the book?
Certains vins.
Thank you.
Beaucoup plaise. No. Certains vins.
Listen, Dr. Yuki. All of you go, yeah. All of you do it. Jenna does it, James does it, all of you do it. All of you go, yeah, and you don't listen. I'm going to call you the yeah, yes. Where does an adverb go? Adverbs go after verb, most of the time, there are some exceptions. Adverbs go after verb number
1.
Thank you. In the sentence, certains vins
Plaise.
me
plaise.
verbs do we have?
1 verb.
One verb. So where do you think beaucoup is going to go?
Is going to go after that verb.
It's going to go
What?
after verb number 1.
Mhm.
Extraordinary. Utterly extraordinary. Off you go. So off you go all the way through. So certains vins.
Certains vins me plaisent beaucoup. C'est un
Good.
plat.
And again, get it in your mouth. Get it in your mouth. Certains vins me plaisent beaucoup.
Certains vins me plaisent beaucoup.
I
Certains,
used to like certain wines a lot. I used to like certain wines a lot. Next one.
certains vins me plaisaient beaucoup.
Good. Before we go any further, I'd like to make 2 points very, very clear. The firstly, speak English, Luke, you dime bar. The first one is certains vins, not ce, cer, personne, une personne avec certains vins. Okay, off you go. Good, lovely. So certains vins. Onto the number imperfect. So certains vins.
Certains vins me plaisaient beaucoup.
Gorgeous. Can I also point something else out? You are all familiar with the verb faire. Yeah, you will also be familiar with the corruption of il fait, nous faisons, il faisait. Yeah, we don't do that corruption with the verb plaire, which works largely in the same bastard way. So you won't say plaisait. Yes, say plaisait. Yes, say it for me properly. So certains vins, which you did. So certains vins me plaisaient beaucoup. Carry on.
Certains vins me... oh, I don't know. Pleurait beaucoup.
Stand still. Pleurer is cry, which is what I'm about to do.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the tense in what tense are we about to go into? Present, was, will, would. What's the tense we're about to go into?
It a will.
It's a will. And if we're in a future with a they form, what's my ending going to be?
A.
What's the slogan for the future, Janet?
On pleurons beaucoup.
These questions. Don't be like, honestly, all of you, I ask rhetorical questions. If it goes wrong, we go back a step and we learn the approach. Otherwise, we'll get it wrong again. What is the slogan for the verb in the future? What is the slogan for the future?
Reireront.
Lovely. 3 options. Yeah, 3 options. Okay. Agreed? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So if it's reireront, okay, what therefore is the one that we need for what's the one that we need for the day?
Rond.
Thank you. So we now say for me, certain wines will please me. Certains vins.
Certains vins me pleureront beaucoup.
Pleurer is to cry. Plaire.
Yeah, I don't know the stem for plaire in the future.
The verb is plaire. You've just been using the verb. It is plaire, not pleur. Do what you think you were doing because you were right, but just don't say pleur. Why are you changing the stem to pleur? That's not a case of not knowing the stem. That's a case of you're using the pronunciation for to cry. The verb is plaire. So do exactly what you went to do, which was perfect, but don't say pleur. Yeah, that's not a stem knowledge thing. That's a pronunciation thing. Off you go.
Certains vins me plairont beaucoup.
Flawless. Yeah, you're fine. You're putting it together was perfect. You took the sound plaire, you added reireront, but you just pronounced it pleur to cry. Yeah.
Okay.
Off you go. Next one then.
Certains vins me pleuraient beaucoup.
We're back onto crying.
Certains vins me plairaient beaucoup. Plairaient.
Do you agree that, Lukey, I all say this and you all hate me, like I wish that fucking gay in London would shut up. You all have consonants, you all hate vowels.
Yeah.
Different vowels. What's the verb to please, Janet? Plaire. Stay with
Plaire.
the sound. Yeah, off you go.
Yeah.
Super soft mouth, off you go. Certains vins me plairaient. Go.
Certains vins me oh.
Ah!
Certains vins me plairaient beaucoup.
Cry, if this carries on, off you go. Certains vins me
Certains vins me plairaient beaucoup. Il y a
pleurer ou plairer. Pleurer ou plairer.
Plairait.
That's
Plairait.
it. Okay. Good, carry on.
Ok. Il est intéressant.
Il est intéressant
que certains vins me plaisent beaucoup. Plaisent beaucoup?
Good. Perfect. Yeah, off you go.
Avant de me plaire.
Beaucoup plaire. Yeah, with the
Ok,
yeah.
avant de
Yeah,
me,
avant de me beaucoup.
avant de me beaucoup plaire.
Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Bottom line. Certains vins m'ont.
Certains vins m'ont beaucoup plu. Certains
Good.
vins m'avaient beaucoup plu. Certains vins certains vins m'auraient beaucoup plu. Certains vins m'auraient beaucoup plu.
Will. More.
Oh, quand il y a certains vins m'auront beaucoup plu. Certains vins m'auraient beaucoup plu. Certains vins.
Il est intéressant que.
Il est intéressant que certains vins.
Certain. Is it certain? Is it certain? Thank you.
Yeah. Il est intéressant que certains vins m'aient beaucoup plu.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. Après.
Après m'avoir beaucoup plu.
Flawless. Good.
It was horrible.
Sorry, it wasn't. It wasn't terrible at all. Jenna, you'll go. Luke, stop talking about wine. It's reminding everybody I'm drinking and driving at the same time. Luke, stop talking about reminding everybody I'm drinking and driving at the same time.
Luc, arrête de parler. And then you
I
cut
didn't hear
out.
anything. I can't hear anything. Yeah, go
Okay.
again, go again, go again. Stop.
Luc, arrête de parler.
About wine.
Oh, okay. Luc, arrête de parler du vin.
Good. About people is just de. We have à propos de. Fine if you fucking want. We have au sujet de. Fine. Various thème de expressions and all of this stuff. Meh. Sur, if you wish, on certain occasions. De is my basic bitch. We know it's de because we use la fille dont je parle, so it's a reverse de. All right, so just use de. So off you go. So Luke, stop speaking about wine.
Luc, arrête de parler de vin.
Don't race. Go slowly and show me vowels. Stop racing. Lose whatever personality chip you've got on your shoulder about your French. Go again. Learn it. Be masterful in it. Grieve that your French isn't where you want it. Motivation you've got is a damn good motivational quality. We love that you're keen. Don't give me damn, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Stay smooth, travel through it, give me this gorgeous, gorgeous set of vowels, and then learn it. Yeah, if you race, you're not going to access your muscle memory. Go slowly. Arrête de parler du vin. Slowly.
Arrête de parler du vin.
Now that's accomplished. If a bitch spoke to me at that speed and she did the joins like that, I would be super impressed. That means way more to me than arrête de parler de, yeah, arrête de parler du vin. Good. Say to me, you're going to remind everybody that I'm drinking and driving at the same time. Off you go. You're going to remind everybody. I know you're back in the house now, but say to me, you're going to remind everybody that I'm drinking and driving at the same time.
Tu vas rappeler à...
I'm liking the voice. I'm liking the voice. I'm liking the voice. Tu vas rappeler à. You haven't gone wrong so far. Tu vas rappeler à. Well done, because it's not call back, it's remind, so it's indirect. Well done. Tu vas rappeler à, because it's not call everybody back, which would be direct. Rappeler tout le monde. It's indirect. The thing you're direct. The person is indirect. Tu vas rappeler à everybody that I'm drinking and driving.
À tout le monde que...
I'm loving the voice. I'm loving the voice. Keep it going. I'm drinking and I'm driving. Que je
conduis en...
Okay. If you wanted to say I'm drinking, like if you want to say et je bois de l'alcool en conduisant, but just say je bois et je roule or je bois et je conduis. Just say it simply. Je bois et je conduis.
Je bois et je conduis.
Race. All the way from the beginning. Okay. So say for me, Luc, arrête de parler du vin. Let's pop in a cheeky sinon. Sinon. Arrête de parler du vin. Sinon, tu vas rappeler à tout le monde que je bois. No, let's say que je consomme de l'alcool. Que je consomme de l'alcool en conduisant. Let's say that version. It gives you a little bit more to play with. So Luc, arrête de parler du vin. Sinon, tu vas rappeler à tout le monde que je consomme de l'alcool en conduisant. Say that back for me, Jenna.
Luc, arrête de parler du vin, sinon tu vas rappeler à tout le monde que je conduise.
Ah,
non,
listen. Je consomme de l'alcool en conduisant.
Que je consomme de l'alcool en conduisant.
Good. I consume, je consomme. We're not talking about all alcohol. It's not like my birthday in a couple of weeks. Just some alcohol. So je conduis de l'alcool whilst driving en conduisant. Lovely. Claire, would you say that sentence for me? Luc, arrête de parler du vin. Sinon, tu vas rappeler à tout le monde que je consomme de l'alcool en conduisant.
Luc, arrête de parler du vin. Sinon, tu vas rappeler à tout le monde que je consomme de l'alcool en conduisant.
Good. Jamesy, if it's je rappelle à tout le monde, sorry, I apologize, tu vas rappeler à tout le monde, is it direct or indirect? James Madonna, your microphone's off.
Indirect.
Gorgeous. Why am I saying rappeler à rather than a pronoun before? What word comes next which necessitates the use of the à there?
I'm not sure.
Don't be fucking lazy. What word literally comes after the à in tu vas rappeler à? What word came next?
Tout.
Great. Tout le monde, yes?
Tout le monde, ouais.
So why can't I replace tout le monde with a pronoun? What is it that's special about tout le monde that I can't replace it with a pronoun?
Because it's referring to everyone.
It's referring to everybody. It's not a fucking me. It's not a you. It's not a he. It's not a him, sorry. It's not a her. It's not a them. It's not an us. Yeah? If we've got those bitches, we use a pronoun. If we've got a name, we use a name. How would you say you're going to remind... I need another name. What's my middle name? No, if I put that on the internet, the amount of weirdo will find me. Let's say Balthazar. Balthazar. Say for me, you're going to remind Balthazar. How do you say that? You are going to remind.
Tu vas rappeler à Balthazar.
Lovely. Because it is a name. Now, could you say for me, you're going to remind him, which is not a name. So you get to use a what? You get to use a
pronoun.
Good boy. And if it's some bastard, is it direct or indirect?
Indirect.
And what is the indirect pronoun for him?
Louis.
Good lad. Off you go. Put it where it needs to go. Tu
vas lui rappeler.
That's all it is. That's all it is. That's how we do it. Yeah. There are sentences, people, where you will use à. Like I'm thinking of Jenna. Je pense à Jenna. I'm thinking of her. Je pense à elle. You don't say je lui pense. Yeah. There are sentences where you do that, but they are rare. They're not the main thing. Good. Janet, next sentence. Luke, I'm sorry. When you called her back, I think you forgot to remind her that she owes you money. Luke, I'm sorry, but when you called her back, I think you forgot to remind her that she owes you money. Luke never reminds anybody that they owe him any money. So say for me, apart from Simon Curtin, who owes me £18 for a taxi. So off you go. So, and the guy in Hendon, whose name I should put on the internet, who owes me £2,000, who I'm this close to taking to the small claims court because it's just gone on for long enough now. Lovely. And an ex-husband who owes me 12 years and a recent dick who owes me 2 years. So off you go. So yeah, so say for me. Yeah, so for me, Janet. Yep.
Luc, je suis désolée, quand elle lui a appelé,
Stand still. When you rang her back, you forgot to remind her that she owes you money.
Quand tu as lui appelé?
Stand still.
No.
Whether the pronoun is cow, moon, Harry Potter, Hermione, Emma Watson is a wretch, whatever the pronoun is, where does it go in relation to the verb?
In front of the verb.
Thank you. Bits before verbs, except before an infinitive. If we've just said tu as rappelé, where is the only place the pronoun's going to go?
In front of the a.
Gorgeous. And what is the pronoun we're going to use when it calls someone back?
Louis.
No. What did Auntie Lukey say a few seconds ago? To remind somebody is, so both of the verbs are rappeler. What did I say about remind? Is remind direct or indirect? What did James tell us? Is remind direct or indirect?
Indirect.
And what is so say for me, I'm going to call Luke. I've got a problem, I'm going to call Luke, because as much as he's desperately sarcastic, he is the person you want in your corner if you've got a problem. So say for me, just say, I'm going to call Luke.
Je vais appeler Luc.
Gorgeous. Was that direct or indirect?
That was direct.
So therefore, how would you say I'm going to call Luke back? Just stick a fucking rub before the verb. I'm going to call Luke back. Should I?
Je vais rappeler Luc.
Lovely. All right. So now say for me. So is that direct or indirect?
That's direct again.
So say for me, I'm going to call her. I'm going to call her. How do you say that?
Je vais la rappeler.
Good. Say for me, you called her back. You called her back.
Tu l'as rappelé.
Good. So say for me, Luke, when you called her back, yeah, you forgot to remind her that she owes you some money.
Luc, quand tu l'as rappelé, tu as oublié de lui rappeler qu'elle te doit d'argent.
Pause. Is it all money?
No, de l'argent.
Thank you. When would I be allowed to use de and a noun, Janet? When would I be allowed to use de and a noun?
Expressions like beaucoup de, peu de,
or quantity. That's the first one. Off you go. Next rule. When else can I use de?
In a negative.
In a negative, j'ai pas d'amis, j'ai pas d'argent, j'ai pas de... Yeah. It's just a horrible, it's just sad, depressing statements of grammar. I don't have friends. J'ai pas de problème. There's a nice one. I don't have any problems. God, I can't even say that without laughing. Lovely. Lovely. And when else, Janet, can we just use de before a noun? I mean, there's other ones, but these are the main bastards. Proceeding, a proceeding.
Quelque chose de stupide.
That's with an adjective.
An adjective before a noun.
Proceeding plural.
Oh, preceding plural adjectives? A
preceding plural adjective. Okay. Say for me, Claire has beautiful legs. Legs are feminine.
Qu'elle a de belles jambes.
Lovely. Claire has weird legs. She doesn't at all. She's got gorgeous pins. But let's just say Claire had weird legs. Bizarre is an adjective which comes after the noun normally. You can put adjectives first in kind of a poetic stress way, but generically adjectives go after the noun. Off you go. So say for me, Claire has weird legs. She doesn't at all.
Qu'elle a de jambes bizarres.
What word goes before jambes?
Qu'elle a des jambes bizarres.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, qu'elle a des, okay.
All right, good. Jenna, you'll go. Luke has numerous friends. Numerous is an adjective which precedes the noun. Luke has numerous friends.
Luc a des nombreuses...
Do you listen? Do you people listen? What did I just say? Right, let me teach it again. It's like groundhog. What were we talking about? What were we just talking about? We were talking about the use of which word? I just asked Janet to give me examples of when I get to use which word with a noun.
De.
Good. Have you ever sent a child to the principal for not listening? You lose that right. We use de. And when we use, right, so say for me, Jenna has friends. Jenna has friends. Just say that. Jenna has friends.
Jenna a d'amis.
Oh, I fucking hate you, you fucking dumb cunts, the lot of you. I go over this every week. Every week. Listen, if we are talking about the word the in English, say the word the. The friends that Jenna made in prison stuck by her. Les amis. If we say the word the, that's fine. If we have a de and a the, lots of the friends that Claire knows from whatever dance, beaucoup de les, beaucoup des, that's fine. You're not going to get to hear the word the because it's obviously been joined with the de. But basically, apart from that in English, if you hear the word the in English, use the word the in French. Yeah? When else do we use the word the? I say this every week and in this class. If you're talking about all of the thing, across the board, James says, Luke, wine is excellent with cheese. We are talking about wine generally. Therefore, we use the word the because it's across the board. Le vin est excellent, servi, whatever, avec du fromage, because it's not all cheese, okay? Lovely. If we're speaking about a situation where we hear the word some, du, de la, or des. But we don't want to be on the hunt for the word some. We don't want to be on the hunt for the word some. If I say I'm going to buy coffee, Jenna, am I talking about all coffee when I say I'm going to buy coffee?
No.
So I can't say le café. I am not talking about a quantity. I'm not saying beaucoup de café. I'm not talking about a negative sentence. J'ai pas de café. I'm not talking about good coffees. Like, you know, over the years I've had good coffees at Starbucks. Well, Café Nero. No, Costa. J'ai eu de bons cafés plural. I'm not talking about any of the situations I've just discussed. So if I'm not talking about the, what do I have to use with a noun? Du, de la, or des. So say for me, I'm going to buy peaches. Peaches are pêche. Jaina, if I say I'm going to buy peaches, am I buying all peaches?
No.
So what am I going to say? Je vais acheter. What word goes before pêche?
Des.
Thank you. So say for me, you, I presume, don't have all the friends in the world. So say for me, you know, I have friends. J'ai
des amis.
Thank you. If I, as I just said, needed to put an adjective with the word friend, if it's a plural adjective, which it will be because ami is plural, we have two choices. The adjective can go, where does it go, Jenna? On top of the adjective, underneath the adjective, or before the adjective and after the adjective? What are my two choices? Where can I stick an adjective in French with a noun? Before.
The adjective can go before.
Or where? Or what's the other side of before? Before the noun or
Or after.
Thank you. Which adjectives generally tend to go before the noun? This we haven't formally done with you, but which ones? Give me a name of an adjective you know that goes before a noun.
Beau.
Thank you. Beau, belle, petit, vieux, bon, mauvais. We used to call it backs, like beauty, age, condition, size, you know. La petite fille, la jeune fille, une bonne décision, une vieille pute, un vieux con, pardon. Yeah, okay. So if for whatever reason you need to use one of these ones that goes before, what did I just say to Janet? What can you not do? You do not use the word day. What does it get transformed into?
You get it.
I'm looking for something sharp. I'm looking for something sharp.
It's the
What does day become? What word does day become? It becomes de. It becomes de. Okay? It becomes de. That's literally what I keep saying. De gets used, listen to me, de gets used with a quantity, with a negative sentence, with a preceding plural adjective. Say those three things back to me, Jenna. With a quantity, with a negative sentence, with a preceding plural adjective. Just say those things back to me.
with a quantity, with a preceding plural sentence, and with an adjective.
With a preceding plural sentence is not what I said. With a quality. Shut up, Luke. With a quantity, with a negative sentence, with a preceding plural adjective. Repeat.
With a quantity, with a negative sentence, and with a preceding plural adjective.
Good. Like if so say for me, Luke is going to build houses. Luke is not building all fucking houses. So would you just say for me, Luke is going to build houses?
Yeah. Luc va construire des maisons.
Good, because it ain't all houses. Failure to use this example correctly again will result in what I call, hang on, how old am I next birthday? 47. Will be a £47 fine for anybody that gets this wrong again. Luc va construire des maisons. Because there ain't no adjective before it. How would you say Luke's going to build greenhouses? I don't mean greenhouse, like where you put plants. That's the word serre. That's a different word. Luke's going to build, as in the paint colour on them is going to be green. Luke's going to build greenhouses, which is an adjective which goes after the noun, and houses is feminine. Off you go. Luke's going to build greenhouses. Luc va
construire maisons vertes.
What word can be, you cut out? What word came before maison? What word came before maison?
I just said de.
I know you said de. Why? Tell me why you're saying de. Why?
I just heard you talk about the quantity items.
Look at Don DeLucchi. Luke's going to build greenhouses. What's the word for houses? Maison. What's the word for green when it's feminine?
Vert.
Feminine?
Oh, vert.
So where's it going to go word order wise? Maison vert.
Maison vert.
Feminine.
Des maisons vertes.
I don't want the day. Just say for me maison and then put me the feminine after it. Maison vert.
Maison verte.
Good job. Before we go any further, is the adjective there before or after the noun?
After the noun.
So do I need to fuck with my normal word day?
No.
No. Would it be foolish and fucktardy to keep doing it? Yes, it would. So would you please say for me, just normally, Luke's going to build houses. Just normally, no, let's keep the green paint away from them for the moment. Let's keep the green paint away from them because I would be tempted to inhale. I would be tempted to inhale. Well, somebody would buy me low odor paint, which would spoil all my fun. YouTube, I'm joking, do not abuse substances. Okay? Otherwise, you have memory damage. Look what happens when you have memory damage. Okay, so say for me, Luke's going to build houses. Off you go. Luke's going to build houses.
Luc va construire des maisons.
Gorgeous. Luke's going to build interesting houses, which is the word intéressant, which goes after the noun. Luke's going to build interesting houses. Just add it on.
Va construire des maisons intéressantes.
Good. Some fools might go, Luc va construire des maisons intéressantes, but for, whatever, that's fine. Luke's going to build beautiful houses. Because I'm a gayer and I design them nicely. You should see my garden. It's a fucking picture. Maybe not in January, February. So it's shit to have a February birthday. 23rd, people, 23rd. Born in the sign of bastard. So Luke's going to build beautiful houses. Beautiful is feminine. And it is also an adjective which goes before the word houses. Bear that in mind. Off you go, Jenna. Luke's going to build beautiful houses.
Luc va construire des belles maisons.
How are you allowed out of the house without a carer? What happens when you have a preceding adjective that I just... What happens to the word day? What does the word day turn into if there's a preceding adjective? If the word to describe the thing goes before the adjective, it goes before the noun, what word did you just tell me that we're going to use instead of day?
It would be
Would it be, Jenna? Would it? Off you go. Luke's going to build. Off you go. Luke's going to build beautiful houses, and you will be buried underneath them. Off you go. Luke's going to build beautiful houses.
Luc va construire des...
No! Go on.
Luc va construire de belles maisons et...
That's fine. No, I don't need extra. You always try and give me the extra. I don't need extra. I need you to focus on the shit I'm giving you. And then I will add, and I will get you to where you want to be. I don't need extra. I don't need jokes. I don't need anything. I don't need messages. I need to concentrate on what we're doing. Janet, Luke's going to get beautiful houses built. Means he's going to employ someone else to do it. Yeah? Luke's going to get beautiful houses built. Luke's going to have beautiful houses built.
Luc va faire construire...
Luke, pause. Correcting concept, wrong in tense. You've just said Luc va. So what tense has got to come after Luc va?
Faire.
That's it. So Jenna is correctly using people, what's it called? The system?
Causative.
Good job, you. So when you make someone else do something, anybody that's married will know this skill very well, you use the verb faire. And the verb that comes to the right of faire, Janet, is in which tense?
The infinitive.
Good. So off you go. Luke's going to get beautiful. Luke's going to have somebody build beautiful houses.
Luc va faire construire de belles maisons.
Lovely. Claire, he built weird houses. He built, past tense, he built weird houses. Luke, no. They all had a red room and a dungeon for students that didn't listen. He built weird houses. Weird being an adjective which goes after the noun, Claire. He built weird houses.
Thanks. Il a construit. Oh my God.
Yeah, il a construit. Yep.
Construit des maisons bizarres.
Gorgeous. He had weird houses built. Yeah. Luke's not very popular in the village. He had weird houses built on that field. I would never build on the green belt. Unlike Keir Starmer. I forget. He never said me. He had weird houses built.
Il a fait construire des maisons bizarres.
Correct use of il a fait. What tense did I tell you will always be used to the, or did Janet tell you, will always be used to the right of the faire verb?
Infinitive.
Yeah. So,
il a fait construire.
So. And again, sorry, it cuts out very clearly. Il
a fait construire. I can't say that word, sorry.
Yeah,
il a fait construire.
Yeah. And again?
Construire. Il a fait construire des maisons bizarres.
Gorgeous. That is the causative. You are more used to it with the reflexive. James, say for me, you that got washed, young lad. It's you that got washed. How do you say I got washed?
You cut out. Say that again.
You got washed.
Tu te laves.
Present tense. Sorry, can you say for me, I got washed? Past tense. I got washed.
Je me suis lavé.
Great. English is a liar. I got washed. Who did the washing, James, when you say I got washed?
I did it to myself.
You did. Unless you specifically said, I got washed by Luke in his ritual temple prior to being sacrificed to the god of grammar. In which case, washed would then be, I got washed by Luke. Yeah. I got arrested. In the sentence, I got arrested. James, who was doing the arresting?
Not me.
Not you. Are we saying who was doing it?
No.
No. We don't need to. You can look this shit up. It's called things like recipients and agents and all this kind of stuff. There's all kinds of words for each chunk of the sentence. It gets quite boring. But basically, you don't need to tell me if something is being done by somebody else. What verb do you just have to cheekily slip in between the thighs? What verb do you need to use if you're going to make it about something else getting done or being having been done? What verb did we just did Claire and Janet just use?
Fait. Faire.
Great. And what tense does faire go in? Whichever. Faire will go wherever it needs to go. It will go wherever it needs to go. But what tense, James, did we say we use to the right of faire? What tense do we use to the right of faire?
Infinitive.
Spot on. So if you present tense, say for me, I get massaged. To massage is masser. Masser. In the sentence I get, now let's say he, so it stays a bit more easy. He, a bit more easy, not a bit more easy, Jesus, kill me. He gets massaged. So what's the word for he?
So, il se fait massager.
I just gave it you 16 seconds ago.
Massage.
Il se fait
Massager.
Saying it again with renewed vigour will not make it correct. I gave it you 16 seconds ago. Masser.
Masser.
Look at me, people. Rinçage, rincer. Lavage, laver. Effleurage, effleurer. Frottage, frotter. Age is the noun form of the verb. So massage. So what's the verb going to be? Masser. That's it. So say to me, I get massage. Sorry, he gets massage, present tense.
Il se fait masser.
Great. Are we now fucking around with faire or masser if we go through the other tenses?
Faire.
Great. Last thing of the day, we're going to run through the top 6 and the bottom 6 of he gets massaged, he was getting massaged, he will get massaged, he would get massaged. You're going to do it for me, James. So I will tell you the tense though. I'm not going to expect you to remember all of that stuff, even though we have done it. So present tense, off you go, he gets massaged.
Il se fait masser.
Great. He used to get massaged. Now he just brings himself off quietly. Off you go. He used to get massaged.
Il se faisait masser.
Good. What did I tell you was the little corruption in pronunciation that we want to do? Il se faisait masser, yeah?
Il se faisait masser.
Good. He will get massaged.
Il se fera masser.
Good lad. Say it for me in French now, like just more fluidly. Il se fera masser.
Il se fera masser.
Good boy. He would get massaged.
Il se ferait masser.
Good. Quickly, speed. Well done. Good lad.
Il se ferait masser.
Good. Notice that faire can move all over the fucking shop. Side note, you can also use faire. He made me do it. You know, me la fait faire. You can use faire because very commonly you make someone do something. So it'll make someone make a cup of tea. So it's really common to say, you know, fait faire. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just the same in English saying gonna go. Good, nearly done. Then we can relax. Well done. Jenna, what is this system called if we're teaching it to children? It's called the what?
I don't know what you're asking.
There is no such thing. Don't try and intellectually adult marketing meeting language. The fact that you didn't listen. It is called the cause.
Causative? What are you talking about?
Thank you. Thank you. Listening, it's not on me. The bad isn't on me. Don't reduce me. I've told you what this is called. Listen, 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 all the time, listen, okay? And is it the standard causative or is it the reflexive causative, Jenna?
Well, I would call it the reflexive causative.
It is the reflexive because as Claire demonstrated with the houses, you don't need to do shit to your house, to yourself. Causative just means you make someone do something for you. It doesn't need to be to you. Claire gets the houses built. Nobody is coming near Claire. It is just Claire making someone else do a verb. The causative reflexive is one of our voices of the passive. I get my ass massaged. Je me fais masser. Je me suis fait arrêter. I got arrested. It's the reflexive causative, all right? It's one of our passive voices. It's not the only passive voice. It's one of them, all right? Good, so reflexive causative, good. James, carry on. It's interesting that I get massaged.
C'est intéressant que je...
Sorry, I apologise. We're using he. We were using he.
Okay.
Sorry, it's interesting he gets massaged. Come on, il est intéressant qu'il se...
Il est intéressant qu'il se...
What tense am I looking for, James, now? If I'm after it's interesting that, what bit of grammar do I want? If I've got an interesting that, what bit of grammar do I want?
The subjunctive.
Good, and what's the subjunctive of the verb to do? Il est intéressant qu'il se fasse.
Se fasse.
Good, finish your sentence.
Se fasse masser.
Next one, after, sorry, kill me, before getting massaged.
Avant qu'il...
Stand still. Is there a que in the infinitive method?
The infinitive method, sorry, the one that...
James, look at Lukey. Say for me before eating. Say before eating.
Avant de.
And what comes next?
Avant de manger.
Good. Is there a que there?
No.
If we have a que, we are bringing in a subject pronoun. Que brings in a subject pronoun. We don't need to do this if it's the same person. Where do pronouns go if I've got an infinitive?
Pronouns
Bits
go
before verbs except before the...
before the infinitive.
Great. What pronouns have we got? Il se fait masser. What pronouns are you hearing?
Il.
That's a subject pronoun, yes. But what I mean, what's the main pronoun? What's the reflexive pronoun?
Se.
Thank you. What's the first verb in il se fait masser?
Fait.
And what would that be in the infinitive? Fait is from which infinitive?
Faire.
Great. So say for me
Faire.
before getting massaged. Avant de...
Avant de se faire.
What
masser.
verb? And again?
Avant de se faire masser.
Good. Carry on quickly because you know I want to chill. Bottom line. Pause. What system do we call it, James, if we have a reflexive? With or without the causative? With or without the causative? What do we call it if we have a reflexive in the past? We call it
Poetry past.
What's the poetry for an il form? Je me suis, tu t'es, il...
Il sait.
Great. You know what verb to come next. What verb is coming first after il sait? Look at the examples you've just done. Which verb did you give me first?
There. So
That's it. And what tense is it going to be in poetry past? It's going to be the past participle. Yes, so just the past participle. Yeah. So off you go. So il sait.
Il sait.
Look at Lukey. Look at Lukey. Look at Lukey. Say for me, he has eaten. Say for me, he has done. Say for me, he has done. Just plain and simple. He has done.
Il a fait.
Good. Just plain and simple. One more time. He has done.
Il a fait.
Great. So what is my past participle of the verb faire?
Fait.
Great. So say for me, he got massaged.
Il s'est fait. Sorry, what? Oh, il a fait.
No, he got massaged.
Il s'est fait masser.
Thank you. Right. If you had a lady, people, it's not elle s'est faite. There's no agreement with there's no agreement in a auxiliary tense. So come on, quickly. So il s'est fait masser. All we need to do now is travel along the bottom line ever so quickly and change the fucking auxiliary. So give me he had gotten massaged. Jenna's plus que parfait. You had one. We're not using that now. We weren't using that in the example I was giving, but it is a valid tense. So say for me, he had gotten massaged. Il s'était. James, you look at Lukey. Do we need to change the fucking rest of it?
No.
No, we're just fucking changing the auxiliary. Il s'est fait masser. Hurry up, give me number 2. Il s'est. Jamesy, look at Lukey. You've just correctly said il s'est fait masser. Repeat.
Il s'est fait masser.
Good. Now just change the fucking auxiliary and don't change anything else. He had got
Il s'était fait masser.
Good lad, don't change anything but the auxiliary. He will have gotten massaged. Come back at 5 o'clock. He'll have gotten massaged. He'll have, he'll be a lot calmer.
Il sera fait masser.
Where's my reflexive?
Il se sera fait.
No. What's the reflexive sound? Il se
sera fait masser.
Not serre, squeeze. Il se sera fait masser. Yeah.
Il se sera fait masser.
Good. Next one, he would have gotten massaged. If you'd bloody given Luke an hour, he'd have gotten massaged.
Il se serait fait masser.
Good. All you need to do is give me the verb to be changed. It's interesting. He got massaged. Your original was il s'est, verb to be, fait masser. All you're doing is changing the verb to be. It's interesting he got massaged. It's interesting. Come on, il est
intéressant.
Now, you said il s'est fait masser. That's what you said for the present, the present in the middle. Il s'est fait masser. Say being made up of se and the verb to be a. What's the verb to be in the subjunctive?
Soit.
Instead of saying il s'est fait masser, it's going to be il se fait masser. What?
Il se soit fait masser.
Good. It's interesting he got massaged because, a hand job was on half price. Il est intéressant qu'il se soit fait masser. Yeah, okay, lovely. Pause. Go back. Last thing of the day. Last thing of the day. Then I can have a massive fucking glass of wine. Say for me, after eating. How would you say after eating? Basic bitch with an infinitive. Après
de manger.
No, cunt. We've done this enough.
Après de
And no, I get so tired when people don't do the homework and don't listen. Is there a dot on the bottom line?
No.
Are you in the top 6, bottom 6 group?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Après
avoir de manger.
There's no de. After eating.
Après avoir mangé.
Good. Now, don't let yourself down and forget that again. Because you are in the top 6, bottom 6 group. You listen to about 20 people a day say avant de and the bottom line après avoir. There is no de on the bottom line. Hold yourself to higher standards. Say for me, after eating, go. No fucking.
Après avoir mangé.
Link.
Après avoir mangé.
Link.
Après avoir mangé.
Saying the same thing will not make it correct.
Après
avoir
mangé.
Link the first 2 fucking words.
Après and avoir.
Spell après. My God, you're not going to let me drink this bloody glass of wine, are you?
Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry. Après avoir mangé.
Now, stand still. Where's the first verb in après avoir mangé?
Avoir.
Thank you. Bits before verbs, except before infinitives. If there is an infinitive, stick your shit before the infinitive. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the top line, you just said avant de se faire. So what pronoun are we about to insert, James?
Se.
Thank you. What auxiliary are we playing around with if we have got a reflexive going on? Have or be?
Be.
Good. So our bottom line will always be a basic variation of après avoir or après être. Those 2 aren't going anywhere. We now need to put some other stuff around it. So how would you say after getting massaged? What pronoun is it you need to bring in? What pronoun did you just tell me you need to bring in?
Se.
Thank you. Where is it going to go in relation to après avoir or après être? Where's it going to go? I've just told you where will it go in relation to an infinitive.
It's going to go before the infinitive.
And which infinitive are we using? Avoir or être?
We're using être.
So put that shit together.
So après
yes.
So
what's the infinitive you just told me you're using?
Après
put the words together. What's the infinitive you just told me you're using?
fuck.
James, I'll fuck you and you fucking earn it. What's the verb to be?
Être.
Thank
Après, après s'être.
Good. Now what verb needs to come next after any version we've done? Après s'être. So if we've just got an auxiliary, what needs to come after an auxiliary? Après s'être
Fait.
Good lad, because all the bottom line will have the same past participle. I'll say that again. All the bottom line will always have the same past participle, whatever the fuck you're doing, all right? So après s'être fait, what verb comes next?
Après s'être fait masser.
Good. I would like from everybody in this group a WhatsApp, in our little WhatsApp group, saying, or whatever discussion or top six, whatever group you're in, I don't care, literally saying, il se fait masser, il se faisait masser, il se fera masser, il se ferait masser. Il est intéressant qu'il se fasse masser avant de se faire masser. Il s'est fait masser, il s'était fait masser, il se sera fait masser, il se serait fait masser. Il est intéressant qu'il se soit fait masser après s'être fait masser. I would like that from everybody. Points for the more advanced. Don't make a feminine thing agree. Claire got massaged. Elle s'est fait masser. No, elle s'est fait masser. Another point for the more advanced. If you're naming who you're getting to do something, okay, you can use à or par. So Claire gets massaged by Derek. Elle se fait masser par Derek. If it's she makes Derek, you know, buy the flowers, elle fait acheter les fleurs à Derek, or elle fait acheter les fleurs par Derek. Both will work. Yeah. If it's then going to bring in a final comment of the day, this is more advanced. I'd have liked to have done this, but we had a bit of resistance to well-known concepts. If we are using the causative and we have a person, Jenna, this is important. This is a very, very, very big marking error if people get this wrong on student exams. And half of France gets this wrong. If you are making, so if I say, Claire makes me sing, I am Claire's direct object. So if it's Claire makes him sing, Claire le fait chanter. Yeah, he's direct. If it's he sings the songs, il chante les chansons, the songs are his direct object. Il chante les chansons. So if we have a hybrid sentence where Claire makes him sing the songs, we can't have two direct objects in the sentence. Ooh, that's a bit tricky. So what we then do is we relegate the person to the indirect. So Claire makes him sing, Claire le fait chanter. Claire makes him sing the songs, Claire lui fait chanter les chansons. I'd like to do more work with that kind of causative, but we will do it when this one's under the belt. So quick reminder of everything we've done with the causative. We use the verb faire. It doesn't have to be reflexive. It's just one of the main forms of it, as I was getting Jenna to remind us. Reflexive causative is one of the voices of the passive. It's not the only voice of the passive. I got arrested. They arrested me. Ils m'ont arrêté would be completely acceptable. Yeah. But it's one of the more common ones for human beings. Okay. Finally, when we use faire with the causative, remember, faire can go in any tense. Yeah, faire can go in any tense. The verb that goes to the right of faire will always be in the infinitive. Yeah. Also, it will be a 46, soon to be £47 error if, again, anybody forgets les versus des versus de. You mention a noun. Claire likes coffee. If she's talking across the board about coffee, we will use the word the. Claire aime le café, because she's talking generally about the coffee. I know there might be one kind of fucking Java in one, whatever, you know, but generally, across the board, we will use the. So Claire aime le café. You could start a sentence. Coffee, generally, across the board, is excellent when you're tired and students don't do their fucking homework. Le café est fantastique. If we don't need all of the substance, we go by default to du, de la, des, or de le
for all nouns. If you have my coffee, fine, good luck to you, mon café. If you have this coffee, Jenna says this coffee, Luke, is better than this coffee. Fine, you've got a demonstrative, ce café. That's fine. Those are things you can do with nouns. But if we just say Jenna buys coffee, she's not buying all the fucking coffee, so therefore Jenna achète du café. Yes, this is so important in French language. Yeah. Finally, if you have a word which begins with a vowel, don't do anything different. Claire wants water. Water is eau, elle veut de l'eau, because she doesn't want all water. All right, good. I'm stopping recording. People at home, the people here pay me on coffee. If you watched at home and you got anything from this, please let them know how hard they're trying. Sometimes in the comments. I do get nice emails about students' efforts. Please let them know, otherwise there's a coffee link underneath. One second. I can't find it on the thing. Stop record.